This OBS is like killing my CPU. It's just not recorded from OBS. Here it is. Okay. Oops. Yeah, studio mode. Just making sure everything works right now. It all should. Okay, so that works. Cool. Then we should be good. Let's just go me. Get out of studio mode. Hey guys, welcome to my second stream today. If you missed the first one, don't worry. I'm still working on getting that one up to YouTube. Just need to splice off the beginning. That's just like, hey, I'll be starting soon. What you just saw. So cool. Thanks for watching again. So today we are going to be working on notification, as I've said. And for this one, we're actually going to be working on getting the notifications to actually work, which is going to be great. It's going to be some fun times. It's going to be kind of hard to read because usually I work off a larger screen and enlarge everything. But this time we're actually going to work off my bigger screen because I am going to need Safari and Xcode side by side. I have never done notifications in an app before, so this is going to be a learning experience for all of us. So I'm just getting things ready over here. I had slightly decided right before doing this that we weren't going to do that, or I wasn't going to do that. I was just going to work on there, and we'll just bounce back and forth, but that's really inefficient, especially when I have a space here and I can always increase text on the space. So let me get Safari open real quick. Anyway, I hope everyone else's day or days have been really good. Considering, of course. Let me get into where did it go? Here it goes. Of course, whatever's going on in the world, which is fun and not fun at the same time. Cool. And we have that going. Now I don't have one for monitor focus. What we're gonna do is Dobby, stop, please, thank you. We are going to make a new capture. First, we're gonna add the mic in. Dobby, seriously, dude. Okay, so now you should be able to hear me. And maybe my dog licking, because why not? Let's focus specifically on Xcode. I know this is fun because it's mainly a black screen. I should have thought about this before. Okay. Oh, fun. Well, that's cool to read. I think it's all squished. Let me actually let's remove that. Let's add it again. Again, I'm so sorry for anyone who's watching this. It's not very fun at all right now. And you know what we're actually going to do is just to make things easier, we'll just add in a display. external display. Man, so much easier once we actually do that. Let's just 0. Let's crop 1,000. No, 750. Sure. Okay, and then we'll get that redone. I hate when I do that. Transform. There should be a center to screen. Transform. Reset transform. Cool. So now that we've reset that, let's make it smaller so everything can be seen. I know it's really small, but that's okay. Add. Again, I'm really sorry for anyone watching me do this live. It's not that fun. I want me, which is video capture device. Here I am. Let's make this so you can see what I'm doing and clicking around. Smaller. Great. Just cool. And adding 2 more things, and then we're gonna get going again. Explain. Add 1 more. Again, welcome everyone. This will be a little bit better. There we go. Well, thanks guys for putting up with that. Because here we are. All right, so like I said, we're gonna add notifications in here. Let me turn on wrapping real quick so that it can make a little bit more sense. There we go. Okay, we'll just increase that way. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna turn on notifications. I know there is a local notifications. So I found this guide on Medium. It seemed to walk me through pretty well how this guide should work. Awesome. Bounce back and light. It works. Cool. So like I said, I found this article on Medium. It's by Ali Faki. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. It kind of walks us through how to make notifications, which is kind of cool. There's a couple different steps that we need to do notifications with. The first one really saying, hey, do you want to actually add notifications? And so we do. So let's go to, let's see. So we need to go to the app delegate class according to this first. So let's go to that over here. It's gonna be really hard to see this left-hand side, but I promise we're just gonna go to app delegate. App delegate. Because first we have to ask if they want to. I don't think it has to be an app delegate. I think we could actually do it in a different class, like maybe after they add the first first note, but let's just try getting it working first. So first we need to import user notifications. Apple also has decent documentation. I can't guarantee how decent, but I do know it works enough. I was kind of reading it the other night about it. Let me get here. And so that is here. So on their user notification page, they actually talk about it. This framework we need to use it to define the types, define any custom actions, which I kind of want to do to turn on and off notifications, schedule local notifications for delivery, and then process and respond to other notifications. So the very first thing we have to do, like I said, is ask for permission. We have to ask the user to actually be able to use notifications. So basically what we need in here is in nowhere. I wonder if because we're now using Swift UI, it needs to go into a scene delegate instead. Let's try the scene delegate, because what we're looking for is not what I found here. Okay, so let's go back. Point for after application launch. Okay, so that's kind of what we wanted, is in that did finish, in the did finish launching with options, we actually want to ask here. So we're going to say let center equals un, not unn, un user notification center dot current. Okay, so basically we're saying when the application is already loaded, then that's when we're going to ask. So center.request authorization. And then we need to give it the options that we want to send in. So here's all the options we can give. Alert, an announcement. Oh, that's cool. A badge, if we want to display notifications in CarPlay. We're going to say first.alert, and then really it only needs to send an alert. We don't need to send a badge or a sound yet. Now we're going to say if it's granted, just like it says here in the screen here. So if I scroll over, if it's granted, else, or we'll be sent an error. And we'll put in here if let error equals error. We'll just print the error for now. I'm going to add this into our I'm going to get this added into Git already. That way these blue bars here go away because they just bother me. It's just signifying that there's changes in Git. There's changes locally that Git hasn't been made aware of yet. So in my handy dandy Git client here, we're going to go into notification, changes, stage, working on adding notifications. And now I am forever going to spell notifications wrong. Push. Great. All right, so that's being added. I'm gonna go ahead and just toss this off to the side here. Great. So if we're erroring, cool. Else, I'm gonna say print enabled. I mean, that's really all I want to do right now is make sure that it can be used. So let's go ahead and build that. And let's switch to iPad. Cool, so that's being built. Let me talk a little bit, guys. Again, this is stream number 2 for the day. So if you've already watched the first stream, then no big deal. Or if you're watching this later, no big deal. Nothing, you didn't miss anything for notification. I was just working on iHog. Again, that's going to be put on YouTube. Yeah, so that's just going to be put on YouTube. Like I said, the build has been succeeded. Great. Now this one will also be put on YouTube again, just missing off some of the part where I was messing around with a lot of things. On top of that though, I wanted to say, like you can see here on the right hand side of my screen where it's asking for support. This month, I mean, it'd be really cool if you did support me. Cool. I said the wrong thing here. I went to the wrong iPad, which is no big deal. We'll just build it on the other one. Sorry about that, guys. I built it to my iPad Pro here that's running and making sure that I can see the chat whenever, if people want to put stuff into the chat. But again, no big deal. I was talking about stuff. So again, it says to support me this month. Anything that you give me will not go towards me directly. Besides the cut for whatever platforms, it'll actually go to any proceeds I make. So 30%. So however much you decide to purchase for an app / in-app purchases minus 30%. So whatever the platform costs are, get to the platform. But other than that, the proceeds are actually going to go to behind the scenes charity, again, to help with the entertainment industry's hit on COVID-19. So it'd just be really cool if you guys decided to support me in any way or support behind the scenes in any way. But as we can see here, actually, the notification worked, and it's asking if it would allow us to send notifications. Great. They can alert sounds, icons, and badges, which we're not going to put on sounds and icons. I don't think it's necessary for this app, so no big deal. But yeah, and then if I hit allow, if we go back to Xcode here, if we go back to Xcode, we can actually see here, I'm going to raise it a bit so we can actually see it. It's enabled. So yay. Enabling works. So now we got to actually add in a notification to occur. Cool. So 1 second, guys. I want to set up something real quick. All right, so let's go back through here. So now, okay, so we have it enabled. I don't think we need to do anything here. It's just, we need to always be sure of, before trying to make an alert, so before trying to make a notification, we need to check if for permissions. Cool. So 1 second, guys. So now we're going to actually check for, so now we need to go and actually enable notifications more. So all this did was actually say whether or not it was, we have enabled notifications. So if I run this again, it in theory should not pop up with the pop-up anymore like it did. Now if I delete this guy, which we're gonna do, delete app, and I run it again, good, it's gonna ask again because we deleted it, it deleted everything. And there's now no notifications here on the left. because they don't exist because it's brand new. So now that we have that added, yep. Okay. Cool. If settings dot other. Okay. So now we need to actually go into now we're going to go into actually the note. Into card. This is just one of the places where we can say if it's notified or not. Oh, we never added that action. Cool. Let's just go into note detail and then I'll add that to a to-do in here. Add action to, actually, what's cool, and I'll do it here, // to do, add action to toggle notification correctly. Because what that now did was it added a to-do item inside here. And you guys can't see it because I haven't switched the screens. So what this did here was it actually added, so after what I did, because you guys couldn't see anything that I just did, was inside the button, I added this to-do. Why it's cool that I added this to-do is up here in my navigation breadcrumbs here. When we click on body, it actually pops up as part of the structure of what I need to do. So that's great. No big deal. That got added. So that just gives me another way to come down and make sure that everything's okay. Cool. So let's see what else is going on here. I don't need drafts open. I really just need Twitch open. All right. So, update is notified. So if note is notified is turned on, we need to actually schedule a notification. Which I know if it's turned on because it says we do a option here is notified equals new value. So really I can just check on isn't in this toggle to self dot schedule update notification. Well, update is we'll just do it, and update is no, we'll call it separately. Got to think of readability. Self dot okay, so then it's gonna get mad at me because I don't have this, which is fine. We're gonna go down here. That's fine. Update scheduled notification. Okay, so now we actually need to update this notification schedule. So we're going to actually import user notifications here. Sorry, I got distracted by user notification UI. Nope. Okay, that's fine. Go away. Notifications. Cool. All right, so in user notifications, we are going to say we got to actually create that notification request. Okay, so first we're gonna call it, hold on, I think the first thing we're gonna do, hold on, sorry, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so they said notification center equals that. And I said center instead of notification center. So if we look in here, app delegate, persistent container dot view context, which, let's open app delegate real quick. So center. So I wonder if I can, if it's going to be an issue to call this out of here. It might be. I don't know. It looks like the only error is still that notificate, that type thing is missing. So what we're gonna do now is in here, let's go back to our, so in our scene delegate here, so I think we can do almost the same thing of let context here, but we're gonna say let center equals UI. Oh, and then it has to be wrapped in parentheses, because if not, this won't work correctly. Dot center. Haha. Okay. And then we need to say, to make a, is there a, how do I do this? I need to add basically my own environment variable to Swift UI. Okay, so Swift with Mahid is actually a really good blog. If you're anything interested whatsoever into Swift UI, I definitely recommend start checking it out. I'm starting a new newsletter, and it has a little spot for blog posts that I find useful. And a couple of his have actually made it in, or are going to make it in there. I know there's one or two that are currently slated to be in there. It's just really nice, easy to understand of what you wanted to do. So can I make my own? Let's see, environment values that are passed through. Okay, so accessibility, color scheme is apparently passed through. Control size. Object content. I'm trying to see if what we're doing is passed through first. It doesn't look like it, so I think we might be able to say environment variable object, then custom environment keys. We create a custom key that represents a count of items. I don't need to represent items. I just. Yeah, that's what I want. So I should be able to actually say in here content view dot environment object. But this is not going to be a bindable object, is it? Let's just try it and see what happens. I might get upset. I did get upset. Okay, so that's not, I thought. Okay, so that's not what I wanted either. I think that I could make a content. I really don't want to do this in my content view, but we're going to do it. And because we're all learning here, including me, because I haven't done this before. So struct notification center environment. We're basically going to make our own custom environment keys so that it can be kind of used like exactly up here with the context. We're going to import, I think we have to import user notifications. Center. I don't know if that's going to work. Of course, there is. Oh, because UN. Oh, it should still be. Cool. Okay, so then we're going to say, then we're going to put an extension here. Environment values var. We're going to call it notification center. It said it was. It said it was a UN user notification center. Okay, I get it. I did it wrong. And then when it tries to change, we're going to say get. We're going to say not sent key because I'm going to get tired of typing that. Dot self. And then we're going to set self not sent key dot self equals new value. Okay, I think that'll work. It's not mad. It's not angry. So that's probably good. So let's go back here now. Nope. Scene delegate, back into the scene delegate. So basically what I did, sorry, just to recap, what I did here was I am making I'm going to add in a helper because it's going to bother me. Notification center key. And we are going to just copy. We're going to get rid of this first. Okay, so basically what this did was we made a new structure for notification center key, which is going to act very similar to this /.manage object. Which is going to be great. And then, not sent key. Not sent key is just notification center key. I shortcutted it. It's great. Let's go into scene delegate. Okay. And we just want to do .environment /. Not sent key center is what we want to send it. Cool. And that way, when it makes, I know. So now when it makes content view, and it makes it visible, then it's going to we're going to pass it. It's going to read in that environment variable. Whoops. Not sent key var center. Is it going to work? It is used. Build. Build succeeded. Great. So it sounds like it's working. The next thing we're going to want to do now is implement this into our wonderful note detail. And so to do that, we're going to add in here environment. And then we need to actually send it here as well. So whenever we present the key, nope, I don't really care about presenting the key. I should just have it. Okay. So now we're gonna go inside center. Import. We don't need to import. We already imported. Okay, we have that going for us. Request authorization. We actually did that. The user can change the notification center settings at any time. You can track these settings. So we'll have to implement track notification settings in just a second. So first we need to actually set center. We don't need this anymore. It is used. Let's I was gonna get upset here though. Center dot get notification settings and we in here, we're going to call this settings. So if settings dot authorized authorization status does not equal dot. So if it doesn't equal dot authorized, we're going to want to do something here. Which means we're actually going to implement an alert to signal that it's not authorized. And then else, it's great. So that's the first thing, is we actually have to check if it's authorized or not. All right, so now if we want to actually set up the notification, and basically I want to make sure with this info here though, that's environment variables. I don't care about environment variables anymore. Cool. I've been live for 45 minutes, so about 15 more minutes we're going to do this. And then after that, we'll be done for the day. I've implemented a couple to-dos. I'll write these up so that we know what we're working on next time as well. Settings.alerts. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We already know that. So let's actually say schedule. We actually want to schedule notifications for local delivery, because we're not doing anything push related, so we don't have a custom server. We just need to schedule local notifications. So let's see if they have a scheduling a notification locally from your app. Create the notifications content. So the first thing we need to do is make content. So the content, so there's a title and a body. Let's just make this first. Make notification. So we're going to make a notification first, and we're just going to make it in its own separate function. That way we can just focus on this one part specifically. And we're going to say let content equals UN mutable. So first there's a title, and we're going to actually make that title just equal to what info do I get? I get a note entity. And we're going to equal it to note dot body, or no body, no text found. Okay, and then we'll actually do the same here. Note dot body, but instead of title, we're going to say body. Okay, so basically we've made the notification here, and we're going to return, what's this? UN mutable, okay. That's the type that we're going to return, and we'll return content. Again, I'm just breaking this up into functions, so that's a little bit easier for us to keep track of. So this... Again, something cool with the mark, I'm sure I've talked about it before, I'm definitely doing it again, is that it then adds it into here. And there's my little to-do, which is good, just so I can quickly see what's going on. So the next thing we are going to do is spec conditions. Okay, so we need to say when we get it, when it triggers, which is probably going to say, so this is walking through a calendar, since it shows every 2, but I don't want it to be every 2. A trigger condition that causes a notification to be delivered at the specified amount after the specified amount. So let's just say whatever the date is. Yeah. Func. Okay, so now inside the notification, let's actually just not even return anything here. Let's say mark schedule delivery. In theory, at some point, you could be able to tie this to location, but we're just going to do a count based on the time. Date component. So let's just follow this pretty much to the T right now. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Today's Monday, Sunday, Monday. So that's 1. No, 2. And let's just say let trigger equals UN calendar notification trigger date matching. Oh, what is 1400 hours? What time? Hey Siri, what time is it in military time?
It's 7:23 p.m.
What time is it in military time?
It's 7:23 p.m.
Okay, no, but I have a computer. Y'all can watch me type. It's fine. Military time. Now. Okay, so 8 p.m. So it's going to be 1925. for 1900 hours. And then we're going to say date components dot is minute a thing? It is. 26. We'll give it till 1926. Okay, trigger. We said it wasn't repeats, sure. Oh my god. So you have to actually create the request now. Let UID string dot we just copied Apple's example here. Okay. Oh, I forgot to say minute equals. And then we get to actually say center dot add request Okay, so I just missed 26, so let's do 27. And then if it's not authorized, else it's fine, I don't care, else error. Make notification. Oh, well, you know what? We'll just do this. We'll assume it's already done. Make notification. I won't say 8. We'll say 9. And let's go. Okay, so I have no idea what I just did, so I'll have to go and read up about that a bit more. Slash, I might make some blog post over this notification stuff because I need to understand it better. You need to understand it better, all that good stuff. So let's switch over to coding and to iPad. I need to add a note here. Add note. So I'm going to say notify Kate is on, but it did not notify. Why did it not notify? Oh, because it's at 29 and its only time is not 9:41, it is 7:28. So let's see what happens. 7:28. 7:28, 7:28. Ah, it takes the longest time to get to actually 29. We have about 20 more seconds, and then if this doesn't work, I'm actually going to call it here because it's been about an hour. Let's see now. Okay, so about 10 more seconds, I think. And here we maybe go soon. This is the only way that you can actually see the real time. But why did it not give me a notification? I printed something. Ugh. There's no background tasks. Okay, but why? Okay, so why did that not work? Okay, but it made the notification. It says every Monday at 19:29, which should have been now. Let's see, real quick, and then, whoops, y'all are saying a bunch of recursiveness here, so let's just do external wonder. Here we go, back to normal. But it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Register the notification. But how do you print the notification? What day is the notification set to? Let's try again. Okay, so it's 7:31. I toggled it, so update scheduled notification. Is that actually being called anywhere, though? Yes, it is. Let's do a called. And then we'll add this in too here. Wait, but it should be notified. I don't know why it's not. Well, it doesn't matter now. 33. Let's try that again. Okay, so let's go to iPad so we can see it's currently building. And then after this, I really have to call it. I think I just started our timer for dinner. So if I click on HHH, oh, whoops. We actually need that so you can see what's going on. Ha 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 ha. Promise I know what's happening here. Now we can see it all. Okay, which kills my test. So let's see. We'll set that to 34. I don't know why it's not working. So it's going to build again, and we're going to try it again, and it's going to the wrong iPad again. Here we go. Well, that's set to repeats, but how? So then for print, I go here. They're both called. Okay, so they're called. And it's 7:33. I have that set to go off at 7:34 though. Notification at specific time. iOS. Okay, we still have another 30-ish minutes, so let's Google launch a local notification at a specific time in iOS. If not authorized. Trigger. Do I have to call it to trigger? So I have it scheduled. They both content. No, it didn't get triggered. Okay. I'm gonna call that done for today, guys. I'm sorry. I thought we would have been able to get it done, but it doesn't look like it today. It's okay. We'll get it. We're going again soon. So just stick around, and I promise we'll get it going. Not tonight. Before it looks like. So a little bit before we leave, though, I want to say thanks for watching. If you watched it live, thanks. If you are watching it on YouTube, thanks again. I really appreciate it. Something I want to show you guys is the fact that I'm starting a newsletter. Cool, that'll work. So if you go to, or I'm gonna go to my blog post real quick about it. I'm starting a monthly recap newsletter. It is going to be sent out the first of every month. So the first one is April 1st. So April Fools, ha ha ha. It's about it's about app development, a summary of blog posts, videos, some other things I found interesting, meaning other people's blog posts and stuff that I found interesting. So please go and subscribe. It's buttondown.email/appsbymw, and that'll get you there, and you can fill in your name, your email, and get subscribed that way. Other than that, please consider again supporting me on Patreon, buying me a coffee, buying my apps, all that kind of stuff. I really appreciate it this time. Like I said, any proceeds from March, meaning still today and tomorrow, so since today is March 30th, any proceeds from this time will be, sorry, I'm trying to line it up. This is what happens when I move my camera in midstream. Will be donated to Behind the Scenes charity. They're an organization that helps anyone behind the scenes. So anyone that is literally behind the scenes of Broadway, live TV, anything like that is considered behind the scenes, and anyone that they'll help. So again, please consider either giving to them or throwing support my way. Even if I'm not getting it this month, it still helps see that people are watching and people are interested. The Buy Me a Coffee is buymeacoffee.com/appsbymw, and that's just a one-time thing. Don't feel like you always have to do it. Patreon.com is a subscription, so every month you can give something. There are different levels there. Either way, whichever one you do, if you do help me out, you will be put in at the end of the subscription. So at the end of that, not at the end of the subscription, at the end of my newsletter as a special thanks. So again, please consider subscribing, doing whatever, like me on all the things, share this, all that good stuff. Again, this will be posted to YouTube later, so thanks for watching.